In today's video, I'm going to be back realistic car driving with the older E63, and we're going to be taking on the track and having some fun with it with traction off and on. Now that being said, let's get straight into it. And if you guys do enjoy these types of videos, make sure to like so I can know. But this thing is known for going sideways, so I'm very interested to see how this thing goes. We're going to be doing the traction off first, so let's make sure it's off. I'm going to put it in semi because I want to shift the gears as well. This thing is very crazy to me. This was one of my first drifting cars, so I know it handles super crazy. Make sure, okay, traction is off now. It wasn't off there because it was handling a little weird there. I think I had it off before I turned it off, or I thought I didn't. So that's why I kind of turned it back on. But now let's see how it does. That first turn was very crazy. It was like fighting, so I definitely know that something was wrong there. But let's see how it does now. Yeah, that's what, oh, that's not more like it, but you get the idea. Yeah, this thing is gonna give me a hard time. This thing is very crazy. As I said, this thing is known for going sideways. It's very unpredictable most times. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a hard time getting some nice attempts in this thing, I can see. I think the main reason is because of the acceleration. It has very good acceleration. Now that would be a good thing if you're like drag racing and stuff like that. But trying to go sideways or going sideways with this thing is not gonna be very good. Especially the fact that we're on a keyboard. There's no way to get the perfect amount of throttle. We're either gonna give it too much or too little. So we're having a very bad time right now. But I think it's definitely possible. Maybe if I didn't have this tune, it would be a little easier as well. But as I said in every video, all of my cars are going to be tuned. Okay, that was actually not bad. I think that was the first clean attempt I had so far. And I don't really mind if I do crash a lot. Because as I said, we're just having some fun and see what this thing can do. So I'm definitely expecting some crashes or spin outs, even though we have a few already. It's expected. Okay, let's attempt this turn again. Okay, we started way too early. Okay, but not too bad, not too bad. At least we didn't spin out fully. But we started that way too early. I mean, it's handling as you would expect. It's very crazy. Definitely has a lot of oversteer or the possibility to oversteer. That was nice. I think that's the second best attempt I've had now. We're kind of getting it now. I feel like I'm getting used to it. I have some clean attempts now. We're not losing control like at the start. Just keep careful here. There's a big dip in the track that I don't like. Messed me up. Yep. I can legit see the car shifting, or the weight shift. It goes up and down every time I pass that bit. Okay, let's see how we do here. Nice. We're getting some clean attempts now. I'm actually very impressed with myself. Considering the fact that the way I started, we had a major spin out on like the first turn with the traction fully off. That was not a good start, but I think I'm kind of making up for it. I'm having some clean attempts now. That wasn't too bad. We gave it way too much gas, but it's just a part of it. As I said, we're on a keyboard, so there's no really perfecting it. We can kind of get some clean attempts, but we can't really exactly perfect how much gas we're giving it. Maybe on a controller it would be a little easier as well. Well, not a little easier, a lot more easier, because I think you can kind of control the throttle a bit more. Okay, we need to stay away from the grass. But I think this sun does slow down the car. Let's just go super fast and test it out. It does, yeah. I was driving on the track and I figured out the purpose of the sand or whatever this thing is. It actually slows you down. I think it's like some gravel or something that slows you down a lot. If I'm going like full speed here and I start hitting the brakes, stops you instantly. Well, not instantly, but super faster than it normally would. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize it was a detail in the game. It's super cool, to be honest. So if we're like spinning out and that bit is there, we can pretty much just go straight into it and stop before we hit the barrier or rail, anything like that. It's super cool. And there's some down here as well. So if you just go straight into this, hit the brakes. We got close, but we still managed to stop before it. As I said, we're just having fun with this thing, so we're going to test out everything. We're not really focused on perfection right now. But now we're going to turn traction on and see how well this thing handles. It's going to handle the same, I can tell you from now. I'm going to put it in sport as well. There's not going to be much difference. We're still going to get a lot of oversteer, but hopefully it's a little easier to control. I think it should be, to be honest. So the game has it on like the sharpest turn. So like this is a very sharp turn. So you have the sand there or whatever material. I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's some kind of gravel like you'd have on a runaway ramp or something, like for trucks. I think it's in the game with that's what it's based off of. I don't know what it's called though, but it's very cool. Definitely a cool feature. Or very realistic, I should say. Yeah, we're still getting a lot of oversteer with traction on. But it seems a lot more controllable, to be honest. As you can see, it's not easy to do a full spin out now. But now, push it to the limit. See how fast you can take some of these turns. It does spin you out as well. Like, once you go in that, it instantly grips your tires. As you can see there, we got a major grip there. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. But we got some understeer there as well. That's how we kind of went into it. Giving it too much gas, pretty much we didn't have enough grip to make it around that turn. Okay, now that wasn't too bad, to be honest. As I said, we're still gonna get some oversteer, but now we're gonna try to send it to see how fast we can go with it on. Hopefully we don't get too much oversteer now. I'm gonna have to try to use the weight transfer to make it to some of these turns. Okay, not bad, not bad. That was actually a nice turn, even though we did get a little oversteer at the end. That was very nice. Yeah, this, as I said, this thing is meant to go sideways. So we're not gonna make it around that turn without getting at least a little oversteer. If it's not a very deep turn or steep turn, we should be good. But if it's like a very wide turn, might try not to get any oversteer. We're still getting a little oversteer. Yeah. Oh, that little bit, that little dip there almost messed us up again. we almost went into that barrier again. Oh my gosh. Thankfully we didn't. But as I said, if it's not a big turn like this, you're not gonna get much oversteer. Unless it's just like a small little turn, you wouldn't get oversteer. But if it's a steep turn or a big turn, I don't know what you would call a wide. I don't even know what to say. A big turn. I'm just gonna say a big turn, so you guys know a big turn and a small turn. As long as it's not a big turn, I don't think you're gonna get any oversteer. But if it's a big turn, you might get a little oversteer. But overall, the handling of this thing was great. Definitely a fun car. We had a lot of fun with this thing, especially with the sun thing that you could test out to see that it actually works and stop you faster than the car would normally stop. Definitely very cool. This thing is definitely fun. As I said, this thing is meant to go sideways, so I would really use this as a car to race. I would also use this as to go sideways, have some fun and some windy roads and stuff like that. This thing, it handles super well. It's tuned, so it's gonna be a little more crazy with acceleration, but it definitely handles super well. Can definitely have some nice power slide and just everything.